Len Tannenbaum, I'm the CEO of Advanced Flower Capital. We are a public company listed on NASDAQ. We lend money to cannabis industry across cultivations, dispensaries, but we lend money to companies. And we're secured by real estate, we're secured by the licenses themselves, and of course the cash flow of the company. So I started my career lending. So I did middle market lending. I built my company since I was age 27 and built into a $5 billion asset manager, of which I used to do about $1 billion a year to regular middle market companies, which, as you point out, are legal, and listed 3 things or 4 things. So I had the idea that we could list a lender to cannabis on NASDAQ, and we were the first. We got NASDAQ to agree, because the way we are lending, using a lot of what's called a FinCEN regulation, like the same thing as the banks do, KYC and anti-money laundering and all that good stuff, NASDAQ said, yes, you can list, and what you're doing is legal. So we're legally lending to the cannabis industry. We were the first. We're not the only now. There's another one that went public too, but we're the first. What brought me here, we're in the Hamptons for the summer. For the first thing, we love the Hamptons. Number 2, we really want to see what the New York market is all about. It's really going to be one of the exploding markets coming up. And 3, even at our venue today, I probably have been here 11 or 12 times. It's a great place. So we're excited to be here. I think getting a feel of, especially the New York market, we only operate in limited license states. We don't operate in California, Oregon, Washington, Oklahoma, and now Michigan's off limits. So I think Connecticut's going to be great. We have a big exposure in New Jersey right next door, Pennsylvania. And so the question mark is New York. And here we are in New York, and we're even close to the Shinnecock potential dispensaries coming online. I'm even personally part of a New York license with my wife. So, you know, we're very into the understanding what the second largest market in the country is going to do. Well, there's good news and bad news to everything. The fun thing about cannabis is, of course, that the good providers of flower it's just amazing how awesome they can make it and how differentiated. And I think the industry is finally waking up to the really good brands and understanding what good flower is all about versus, look, when I was in college, not that it was legal or not that I'm admitting to anything, but the weed was not that good. So let's just call it what it is. So I mean, if you're smoking a really good Mac 1 or whatever it is from the original strain versus a copy, like people are now understanding when they drop a really good strain and have the good indoor cultivators what that means. And it's really cool to see the evolution of the industry and in terms of weed is weed to lots of different products, and also then now high quality products. What happens when you add terpenes? What happens when you vary things? And then the brands attaching to the good providers. And that's really important too. Like, and so that's like Cheech and Chong, which one of our guys added. So it's exciting watching an evolution. I'm an entrepreneur. I've started so many companies. I failed most of them. Some of them have been big successes. But each one of these is entrepreneurial in nature, right? You're starting in something new and pioneering. So I think that's the good news. The bad news in cannabis certainly is there's a lot of unsophisticated people that think they know what they're doing that they don't. There's a lot of lawyers that think they know how to run cannabis companies, right? And it's a big disconnect because you don't have the professionals in this because of the quasi-legality of the industry. And I wouldn't call it illegal at all. I would say it's state legal. I would say it's permissible under the federal government. So I think it's in this weird gray area, which we're all hoping clears up and never happens. We can get to that maybe, but it's tough. It's a really tough industry to lend to find the right management teams and have the right controls. So we have 31 people for 12 loans, and that we need all those people.